Restringing a guitar is a really simple thing you can do at home. Most people take their guitars to guitar shops and things because they don't know how to do it themselves. When you have the right tools, such as this multi-tool here, it's a string cutter, a peg puller, and a peg winder. The first thing you want to do is take the string out of the tuners. So you loosen it up until it's loose enough that you can pull the string out. Some people decide that they want to cut the string, but I don't like that because I would rather not get popped in the face with it. You slide it out, come back through the bridge, and every guitar has a different setup. With some of them, you have, like acoustics, you have a spot where there's a few pegs that hold the string in on the bridge. You take this peg puller and you would pop it out. With this specific one, the string runs straight through the bridge here and just runs up the neck. With other electrics, the string will go through the back, out through here, and sit inside of the bridge, and then it's pulled up through the neck and into the tuners. So, the next thing you do is you pick your strings. I prefer Ernie Ball Slinky Cobalts because they react better with the magnet system that's on the pickups for electrics. So they come out louder than regular strings. So what you want to do is run it through the bridge, over here, through its slot in the nut, and then run it back through the tuner. And from there, you want to tighten it up in the direction so that it rotates closer towards the center. So where the string runs, it's closer to the center and not on the outside of the tuner. And I'll do the same with the next one, which will rotate in the opposite direction because it's on the other side of the neck. So again, you want to run it through the bridge, over the trim, through its slot in the nut, and then through the tuner here, and tighten it up. On this side it'll be counterclockwise. Let me grab my peg winder. You want just enough tension to keep it on there. And tighten it up so it's tuned. Now once you get it in tune, the next thing you want to do is to grab your string and put a little bit of tension on it so that it pulls a lot of the slack out. And then you tighten it right back up again. This is so it stays in tune better and it doesn't gain any slack as you play. You come back through. Do the same for the other side and tighten it back up. And a lot of times when you do this kind of thing, you want to check the strings a lot, especially the smaller ones, such as the gauge 10, which I'll be putting on the end, to make sure there's no rust spots or any spots where it's weak on the string. With these thinner strings, if there's any weak spot whatsoever, they have to be tightened a lot tighter than the other ones in order to get to the proper tuning. So, you run it back through here. again over its slot in the nut into the tuner. And what I do with these strings that are much smaller is I rotate them around here, run them back through, and pull them really tight so it doesn't slip back out. If you don't do that, well, you can go without it, I'll say that, but you risk it slipping back out through here, especially after you trim off these ends. They tend to lose their friction, and it's not long enough to keep the string inside of here, so you'll wind up having to change the string again. And so you want to put a little bit of tension on here, not as much as you put on the other strings, because you don't want it breaking. And when you do that, you want to keep it out of your eyeballs, basically. If it pops you in the eyeball, that would suck. But once you have your strings on, you go in, you clip off the excess. This isn't a functionality kind of thing. It's all just aesthetic. Me personally, I don't like anything near my hands that could obstruct my playing. And then you change your strings.